The gamification of education. According to gamification.org, gamification is the infusion of game mechanics, game design techniques, and/or game style into anything. So what does this mean for education? It means that your daily task of educating your students can be made more meaningful by gamifying or by turning your everyday tasks into a game. Now, what gamification does is it allows there to be choice within the classroom. It takes basic and simple tasks and makes them fun. It allows students to be engaged in their learning, and it also allows them to take ownership of what they're learning. The students enjoy the aspect of competition. They also enjoy the aspect of being able to see what level they're working at. They're constantly getting feedback and they're constantly being updated as to their status. Something that gamifying education does is it also allows them to see their achievement and to measure their achievement. And that's the biggest thing with gamifying education. Another thing that gamification does is it allows students to work for the greater good. And I'm going to give you an example of that. FreeRice.com is an online game, and what this online game does is every single time that you play and you get a correct answer, the Free Rice organization gives someone that's impoverished 10 grains of food for each right answer that you get. They're doing this to help promote world hunger, or not promote world hunger, but to end that world hunger and to promote awareness of that world hunger. And so when a student logs in, they're playing a game, but they're feeding people in another part of the world. So it gives them a sense of, I'm changing the world, I'm fixing this world. And so it helps them to be encouraged to take part. Now, the cool thing about freerice.com is that it's not just for the English language. Students can practice their Spanish, French, Italian, German. They can practice with history. They can study their flags of the world, do SAT prep, all of those different things. So there's a ton of remediation here. And at the same time of being remediating, they're saving the world and feeding the hungry. So that's a key thing with games in the education world. They have to have meaning. It can't just be, oh, I'm playing a game today, okay? So another thing with Free Rice is it ranks the players by who has fed the most people recently. And so you can log in, check your rankings and that type of thing. And that's a key thing with the games is ranking the students. Now, what can you do in your everyday classroom? Physically going in and changing and developing a whole curriculum based on games is something that's going to take a ton of time to do. So on an easy level, you can create games like Jeopardy using Jeopardy Labs. Kia has a number of different games that you can use. Quizlet.com allows for the element of competition within your classes, rankings, scorings, immediate feedback. And then there's eClicker, which you have to have an iPad. Your students have to either have an iTouch, a computer, or an iPad to be able to participate. But with eClicker, each person gets to participate. They see their rankings in the classroom. They see their feedback. And so everyone is engaged in the learning process. Another option is using QR voice codes. And with this could be something done as a scavenger hunt. I personally use this in my classroom to send my students across campus looking for different things, and so it's a game, but at the same time, they're learning. Another option is Cube Points, and that's just a way to keep up with student participation. This you have to have a WordPress.org account, and that does cost about $4 to $5 a month. But if a student goes in and blogs or comments or creates a post, then it will award them points. And then another way to engage the whole classroom or individual student, if they're working towards a particular goal, you can use tickerfactory.com, and that allows them to see their progress. Now, just taking things and making them into games is going to obviously boost your engagement in the classroom, But to make the game actually be effective, you need to go back and allow students to revise their notes after they play a game. You need to analyze as a class what you've learned, and you need to allow them to think about the process. By doing this, you're allowing them to help their information stick. Now, gamification is something that takes great time. You can't just go at it full force. You've got to sit down and really stop and think and plan. And so I'd encourage you to get in there and just look at the possibilities, look and see what's out there, and have fun gamifying your classroom.